that, of course, is a story for another day, and I'll see you, and we'll talk about that down the road. Welcome, wrestling fans. You got the show, Bill Schuyler here at You Got the Show on Twitter. We're here to talk about 1Wrestling doing the WWENXT review. First off, though, I want you to kick back, knock off those shoes, pop yourself a cold one, sit down in your favorite chair, and we're going to talk wrestling. Now, what we had here was a sold-out venue, a show of 5,000 rabid NXT fans. This week's episode would be filled with a lot of behind-the-scenes footage and things leading up to WrestleMania 31, a lot of hype. Segments featuring the NXT roster and superstars from the likes of Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, all the way up to Steph and Triple H. But we're not going to talk about that. What we want to do here, and like I like to do, and we all do at 1Wrestling, is talk about that wrestling. But first, to get it out of the way, I'm going to give my shout-outs and my proper how do you do's, if you will, to my 1Wrestling brothers, Andre Corbeil, that's at Andre_Corbeil on Twitter, Ray Hernandez at the Big Ray Show, and myself, do the back in the day segment for the Can-Am Wrestling Show. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube. Then we got 1Wrestling's WWE Raw review. Billy Ray Hustle, that's his Twitter handle. You follow him, it's Billy Ray Valentine. When you're talking to the man, you can also find at the PW Hustle podcast on iTunes and Podbean. That's Billy Ray Hustle. And my tag team partner also on a show that's being rebooted as we speak, 1Wrestling Hustle and Show Goes Old School, with again myself, You Got the Show, Bill Schuyler, and Billy Ray Hustle at the Billy Ray Valentine. And as always, to the boss, Bill Apter, Apter 1Wrestling. You can, that's his Twitter handle. You can follow him on YouTube at the Apter Chat, where he gives you the best interviews with the best and the biggest superstars of professional wrestling from the old days up to the new. And now let's get right into it. We're here. We got Hideo Itami and Adrian Neville being the first of tonight's participants in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Tournament to decide who from NXT will be making their WrestleMania debut. Adrian Neville took control of the match early on, but Itami would strike back as both exchanged strong kicks and punches. Itami, the mat and strike master, and Neville, of course, the aerial artist and quite the striker himself, unleashed their entire repertoire in their attempts to gain victory over the other. Hideo Itami had Neville up for a GTS. The crowd was going insane, chanting GTS, GTS, but he couldn't hold on to his opponent. Neville struck Itami and had him down on the mat. He went to finish him off with the red arrow, but Itami moved. Neville rolled into the corner, and Itami charged and struck him with a vicious clothesline, ran back across the ring, and came again, and this time hit him with a running shotgun kick. Neville collapsed to the mat, and Hideo Itami pinned the man that gravity forgot with the 1, the 2, and the 3. And now Hideo Itami moves on to the final round of the tournament. Our next guys in this would be Finn Balor versus Tyler Breeze. That's right, Prince Pretty himself. He was busy showing off, preening, and taking selfies, acting like he didn't have a care in the world. But unfortunately for Tyler, Balor was all business, and business was about fighting, and business was good. He unleashed an array of power strikes and kicks. Breeze attempted a comeback, but Balor went strong style on him, letting loose with enziguris, running drop kicks, and even struck a swing blade, putting Breeze down on the mat. Baylor then went to the top turnbuckle, hit Breeze with a coup de grace for the pinfall, and he's moving on to face Hideo Itami in the final round of the tournament. Yeah, we were cooking tonight with some outstanding wrestling in the NXT universe. Now, of course, we had more backstage vignettes, things going on, but we're not going to talk about that. Nope, we're going to jump right into the tournament finale. That's right, Finn Balor going up against Hideo Itami. This match started out slow, with both men feeling each other out. These were former tag team partners. They know each other very well, so they were being very careful in who made the first strike. They then took it to the mat, and they were grappling, and it was catch as catch can, and Itami swept Baylor's legs out from underneath of him. Finn returned the favor, knocking Itami to the mat. Both men leapt up, and Baylor drop-kicked Itami. Both went at each other with everything they had, strong style, winning out over aerial moves. Itami got Baylor up on his shoulders and tried for the GTS, and once again the crowd going insane. GTS, GTS. But damned if Baylor didn't manage to get loose. He put him down to the mat with a strong kick. Itami unleashed a shotgun kick on Baylor as he tried to stand up, and Itami got the pinfall over Finn Balor for the 1, the 2, and the 3. And it was Hideo Itami, 6 months in the company, and he's going to WrestleMania 31. The two former tag team partners got together in the middle of the ring. Finn coming over first. Both men shook hands, hugged it out, and the two former tag team players proving that they indeed were the best in NXT. Now, we had a little bit of news this week. For Finn Balor fans, this news was something you're really looking forward to. Finn Balor is slated to hit the main roster sometime between WrestleMania, which already passed, and before SummerSlam. That's right, so that means he's got to get up there soon if he's going to be in that storyline for SummerSlam. And I'll get to that in a second of why that's important. The WWE has filed a trademark for a Balor Club marketing for t-shirts, stickers, banners, you name it. And I'm thinking along the lines of Balor Club being something similar to the Bullet Club from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I can see it now. A black shirt with the white writing and the face that he has in the makeup done up when he does his wild entrance with the dreadlocks and that whole thing. Or it could be a white, black, and red mix. Surely they don't want to get sued for being too close to the Bullet Club, but I got the idea it's going to be close to that, and I know I'll be one of the first guys to get my hands on that shirt because I do, unfortunately, I hear it all the time. You got too many wrestling shirts, Bill. You're filling the closet up. Well, I like to be relaxed. I like to chill out. I like to represent my wrestling guys. That's me. I'm not into baseball that much. I'm not into football that much. I'm not into basketball. Me, I like pro wrestling. So I like to represent my favorite in pro wrestling. And Finn Balor, Prince Devitt, is definitely one of those guys. And everything else involved, Balor said that he feels that NXT is the main roster right now. That it's the cream of the crop. It's the best. And everybody in the NXT locker room are the best. And that they are without doubt the future of this business, himself included. But then he made a statement to this. And he said that when I make my debut on the main roster, my debut is going to be something big and monumental when I make my way out onto that main stage for Raw for my debut. And then to top it off after that, he says that I will not and could not be in any other way not in a main event status or a major part of the card. I don't want to put too many words in his mouth. He actually said the only way I won't be in WrestleMania 32 is if I'm dead. That pretty much says it all. Finn Balor is going to be on that main roster. Finn Balor's merchandise sells more than anybody else in the NXT universe. His merchandise right now is selling more than quite a few guys on the main roster. His popularity worldwide is more than a lot of guys on the main roster. As we speak right now, Finn Balor is on the European jaunt. That's right, he is helping to headline a series of European dates. I believe we have Adrian Neville was slated to go, but didn't go, and they sent Finn instead, and they put Neville to hit Raw first. The Lucha Dragons there first because they didn't want to flood the main roster with too many guys from NXT. They want to bring them in slow so the fans get to know them, and it doesn't push too many of the guys that have been on the roster off to the side. I don't want to see too many guys leave NXT either because I love the product down in NXT. It's one of the best wrestling programs out there. Again, as Triple H has said, they're no longer developmental. He considers them their own brand. I put NXT right up there with Ring of Honor, with Impact, and I like it a lot better, more than SmackDown, and I like it more than Raw right now. You know, Raw had a great show coming back from WrestleMania, and this week's Raw was not quite as good. And usually, you know, that Raw after WrestleMania is usually one of the best cards of the year. But I digress. I don't want to go too much more into it. This is what's going on in NXT for this week. And next week, I'm sure they're going to light it up again. Word on the street. Got 2 females looking to make their way to the main roster right now, with AJ Lee retiring. My thoughts are that it's between 2 girls who's going up to that main roster. That's going to be either Charlotte Flair or the champ, Sasha Banks. I am of the opinion that since Sasha took the title from Charlotte, that it will be the Nature Boy. His baby girl is going to be going to NXT. Bye-bye. Going up to the main roster on Raw and show the gals up there in the Divas division what a girl. No, not girls. And not divas. No, this is a professional wrestler. This is a woman that knows the game. Matter of fact, she's... well, she doesn't fall far from the tree. I would say that she's got the ability to be the dirtiest player in the game in women's wrestling. Expect her to have that title around her waist in a quick, fast amount of time. And you'll be hearing, woo, 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 all night long, baby. And with that, I am the show, Bill Schuyler. Feel free, hit me up on Twitter at YouGotDaShow. I'll get back to you. No problems with that. You can tell your friends about this show. Hit the subscribe button. hit the like button, and check out all my my buddies and my partners here at 1Wrestling. A shout out to the Iceman, by the way, for the Frozen Awards for the YWC, as the Can-Am Wrestling Show with Big Ray, Andre _ Corbeil, and myself received the award. And 1Wrestling itself, including all of us, from the boss Bill Apter, through Billy Ray, through Big Ray, through Andre, myself, we got it for presenting the best news in wrestling for 1Wrestling, the best interviews and the like, and the Can-Am show got it for being the most entertaining wrestling show for the YWC. Again, I appreciate that there to the Iceman. And with that, I'll see you guys down the road.